Hey, and welcome to your new consultant workbook. I'm so excited to take you through these next 6 sessions so that you can get set up and confident and ready for success. So, this is session one, parties. So we're going to fill in a few pages of your workbook. So be sure to have it in front of you, and I'm going to let you know what to write in there. And when you complete all six, you're going to get a super exciting prize from me. How fun is that? Okay, so before I talk about how to do parties, because parties is the topic of session one, and parties are so important. That's where you're going to find literally everything you need in this business. So I always say the only thing standing between you and any goal that you have in this business is a certain number of parties. So you get to decide how fast or how slow you do those parties, but it's parties. Parties are where you find all the things. So this is your first fill in the blank. You're going to find customers, you're going to find bookings, you're going to find team members, you're going to find leads, and you're going to find confidence at your parties. How exciting! It all comes from parties, not social media, not Mary Kay the company and all the information they provide, because they do provide a lot of information, not waiting, not studying, but parties. So, the average party with inventory, when you have products on hand, in our team is about $400 in sales. So write that in, $400. That's exciting, y'all. When we get to keep 50%, that got me super excited as a new consultant. I could make great money just sprinkling this into what I was already doing. So this means that some parties will be more, some parties will be less. That is totally normal. So that's your next blank. Some parties are going to be higher, some are going to be lower. Sometimes I have $1,000 parties. Honestly, sometimes I have $0 parties, but it all works out, and the average is always on point when you're consistently holding parties. So a $0 party does not mean that you failed, okay? I want you to hear that because I still have $0 parties sometimes. It just means that they didn't buy anything. It's okay. We're not there to force them to purchase from us. We're just there to share the products and let them decide if they want to purchase them or not. So the fortune is in the follow-up, always. So be sure to write that down. The fortune is in the follow-up. And I want to just kind of lay out some expectations when it comes to parties because I do feel like unrealistic expectations sometimes take us out. So your first few parties will probably suck, and that is normal. I'm giving you permission to suck. I was terrible in the beginning. Oh my gosh, if I could have recorded some of those parties I did in the beginning, I would totally go back and do it. I wish that I had recordings of me as a new Mary Kay consultant because you guys would laugh and be like, I could totally do this. So your first few parties will probably suck, and that is normal. So you're writing that down. It's not a problem. It's part of the process. So skills are built through repetition, not perfection. So you don't get better by waiting. You don't get better by thinking. You don't get better by studying. You get better by doing. So just do it. So repetition, not perfection. And most consultants feel much more confident holding parties after just 5 parties. Just five. You could do 5 parties this week. You could do 5 parties this month. You could take 3 months to do 5 parties. That's totally up to you. But 5 parties is the sweet spot. So confidence is going to come after action. So you're going to write that down after, not before. You don't wait to feel confident to start. You just do. You just do it. So I want to talk about the math. So this is a numbers game. It is a people business. It is a relationship business, but it is also a numbers game, and knowing the numbers is important so that you don't overthink. And so you can also take the emotion out of it because we're women. We overthink everything. We're so good at that, right? So your goal is to book 8 parties every 2 weeks. 8 parties every 2 weeks, and on average, about 5 of those will hold. So 5 parties every 2 weeks could look like 5 parties in one week and taking a week off. It could be 2 parties one week, 3 the next week. I only do my parties right now in this season while I'm recording it on Fridays and Saturdays, and I'm able to fit more than 5 parties in those days because I just stack them. So I overbook myself, knowing that they're not all going to hold, but my job is to focus on the activity, not controlling outcomes. So your job is to focus on the activity, not the outcomes. You don't get to control who shows up, who says yes, who buys, who doesn't, who joins your team, who doesn't, but you do control how much you book. So booking 5 parties or booking 8 parties, so 5 will hold every 2 weeks. That's called a perfect start. That is a fantastic place to be in your business, and you're going to build a very strong business like that. So if you want 10 parties to hold in a month, you need to book about 16. That's just the math. That's just the way it works. So we do double book, triple book, overbook ourselves. You and I will definitely sit down either over coffee or lunch, preferably in person or on Zoom if you're out of town, and go through your schedule if we haven't already. And that's something that I'm going to help you see to where you can fit things in. So my job is to help you sprinkle it in. So let's talk about the flip chart. I'm sure you've seen a flip chart. And if you haven't, it's okay. You're going to have your own flip chart. But this is where I want you to trust the system. So when the flip chart first came out, I was like, well, I already know how to do a party. I already know what to say. Why would I use flip chart? But I also knew that it made me a lot more duplicatable. So I started using it immediately. The very first skincare session I used the flip chart at, there was 2 people there. They both joined on the spot. And I was like, oh, okay. So I will use my flip chart at every party, no matter what. So you're going to write that down, even if it feels awkward. And the flip chart is not a scripted word for word, it's a guide. It's going to help you. So the flip chart helps you stay focused and build confidence and remain duplicatable. So those are your 3 blanks right there. Focused, confidence, duplicatable. So the flip chart is a guide. Like I said, it's not a word for word script. You are allowed to and should sound like yourself. You should insert yourself in that flip chart. As you start going to other people's parties and watching them, or as you start hopping on trainings, you're going to hear people say stuff that you like. You're going to hear jokes that you think are funny. You're going to hear like ways to describe products that you didn't think of before. Jot that in your flip chart. So I recommend printing your flip chart on just plain cardstock, front and back, hole punching it, and throwing it in there. And that way, on the side that faces you, you can just jot down. You can even, I like at my parties, I'm writing stuff on my flip chart. I'm jotting down little notes to myself, like, don't forget to say this. Don't forget to say this joke. So you are going to write on your flip chart so that it becomes yours. Your notes, your reminders, your jokes, your growth. So when you hear something you like, you will write it in your flip chart. That's how your skills are going to grow. So parties do not need to be perfect. They just need to be consistent. Your job right now is not to be amazing. Your job is to book 8 parties so that 5 will hold. That's it. Book 8 so 5 will hold and let your confidence catch up. Everything will come along with holding those parties. So that's your homework. And I'm super excited to be on this journey with you. I am so thankful that you decided to say yes to this business. I am so excited to partner alongside you, and I'm here for you for any questions that you have. And I just also want to say that think back to the very first video, the very first welcome video, the emotional cycle. You might have gone through the emotional cycle already several times. That's normal. You might be going through it right now. Sometimes we have a whole emotional cycle in one sitting. Totally normal. This business is simple. And if you do not give up, this business will reward you richly. And I just challenge you to, like I said in the beginning, give it a year. See where it goes. See what happens. So be ready for session 2. You can go straight to it next, or you can take a little break and come back to it later. That's totally fine, totally up to you. But thank you so much for hopping on session 1. We have lots of party supplies available if you need them. We have the party packing checklist. I have the Google Drive that has a party folder. If you don't have access to that yet, let me know and I can be sure to tag you or send you the link. But it has the flip chart, it has the referral sheets, it has the tray papers, it has all the supplies that need to be printed. And then as far as doing parties, you're just going to print your flip chart Start practicing. Practice on your husband, practice on your kids, practice on your mama, practice on your sister, practice on anybody and everybody who will sit still for long enough to listen to you go through the flip chart. Practice with teddy bears, practice in front of the mirror. That's the best way to get better at this is just doing it. Think about this like your internship. You learn so much more at an internship than you will ever learn sitting in a classroom. So I'm super excited for you. Can't wait to hear from you, and I will see you on session 2. Bye.